I'm Lauren Shinholster, Mercer's Coordinator of Community Engagement. So as Coordinator of Community Engagement, I have the opportunity to advise a couple of programming boards. The first is Mercer. They're our service programming board, but the second programming board is Mobilize Mercer. They're an organization that's really getting students engaged about the elections and aware about the process for voter registration and voter turnout. So for Mobilize Mercer, they are the group that coordinates a lot of the voter registration drives on campus, but we still offer resources like Turbo Vote that's accessible to all students. If you go on your My Mercer, you'll have access to that. So that's able to be used by any student no matter what state you're registered to vote in. We also help facilitate absentee ballots, so making sure that you can get those mailed. Or now most recently, if you're a Georgia voter, you can vote via absentee and request your ballot online. If you need help, you can email vote@mercer.edu. You can also check us out in the Office of Campus Life or visit Mobilize Mercer's social media pages.
Hello everyone, my name is Sheridan King. I'm a third year at Mercer University majoring in political science and communication studies. Through the Minority Mentor Program, we also partner with the NAACP chapter on campus. So we'll make sure that students are registered to vote, students have access to an absentee ballot, and students are aware of where to vote and how to vote and when the deadline to vote is, if they want to do early voting. But I have been participating with like Mobilize Mercer, Young Democrats of Mercer University, as well as my campaigns and elections course, and we've been doing a lot of voter engagement that way. So within the course, there's different subsets. So some students are focusing on student athletes or Democratic candidates or Republican candidates, and through those subsets, we are required to do about 20 hours of service learning so that we are able to provide a service learning journal on what we did to increase voter engagement, and how we plan to facilitate those plans throughout the semester. Most students are more so concerned about if they should go home to vote or if they should do an absentee ballot, or if professors are going to cancel class for election day so that they can go home to vote if they choose. I think a lot of students are very anxious because on top of all of those things, you still have to maintain, a nice GPA, and the world doesn't stop. So students, I would say, are very anxious and overwhelmed, and that's been a pretty consistent trend throughout everyone's mentor group. I would just encourage all students to make sure that they're registered to vote, and that if they are requesting an absentee ballot, they go ahead and do that.
My name is Adam Griggs, and I'm a research services librarian here at Mercer University. Yeah, so the idea behind the information desk is to make it really easy for Mercer University students to find out everything they need to vote, right? So Mercer students are coming from all over the state as well as from other places. And so we wanted to make it so that students know how to register to vote, but also can get information on how to obtain an absentee ballot if they want it. And also just include things about voter ID restrictions, various other things that they'll need to go and vote. And so our plan is to really put it front and center over by where people take their temperature. And so after they take their temperature, after coming to the library, they can hopefully grab a pamphlet, maybe be reminded to register to vote, or maybe they'll take a flyer with them that has the steps. So I mean, it really is, want to make it as easy as possible for them. We have talked about doing a library guide to go with it as well. I know that Mobilize Mercer is also working on that, and so we're in contact with them. Mobilize Mercer has some online resources, and at the library we're hoping to publicize those. And also if we have time and we're able to get everything together, even putting them onto a library webpage so that they can kind of get the breakdown for everything from the library itself.